Folks, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about why 151 is doing some crazy things in the market, and we're also going to go over Prismatic Evolutions and why it is going to do better and the same as 151. So let's get into it. These are our normal Thursday Excel spreadsheets that we make where we go over all of the numbers for Scarlet Violet. So 151 doing its thing, shooting up in total value. Love to see that. PCE ETBs finally hit over 1,000. We've been waiting for it. And ETBs doing skyrocketing things and the whole across the board. So let's do the PC ETB and see where it's gone. So the PC ETBs at 1335. The last few solds have been in that 1300 range, which is awesome to see a 200 gain, and there's no end in sight. Still pushing up into the 1300s, and it's gonna looks like a couple more sales is gonna be in the 1500s. So keep an eye on that if you are into it. I'm not currently buying any PCETBs because on this channel we go over doubles. We want to see the doubles, right? So do I believe me buying this is going to double to 2600 faster than another product? I'm not sure. We will get into that in the video on what I see in Prismatic Evolutions. But now we'll go over the 151 just regular ETB. This thing is pushing up to that $600 mark. Wow. $600 for a regular ETB. And again, multiple sales at that just one sale actually. There's about a couple, and it's still pushing up. Today seems like the day. It has been going crazy. But again, if you want a 151 ETB off of TCG Player, it is going to cost you around $600. So keep that in mind. Great box. I've got one on the side over on this side showing off. I wanted to make sure we had those. Also got the PC ETBs for Prismatic Evolutions up there next to, of course, Ascended Heroes, which we will get to talking about later on in the video. The bundles doing well as a whole. Of course, the whole in 151, everything is just doing so well. So it looks like there's a lot of sales today at that 155 and up mark, pushing 160 now. I do see it latest that we can get it at is that 158. So not too bad. Not too bad for 158. Just wanted to share what 151 is doing, because if you've been holding on to 151 this whole time, you're loving it. You're loving life. Loving everything you've been doing and more, right? So the packs pushing up as well. $23 a pack. Insane. And this just hit its like 2.5 year mark. So understandable, right? All the cards are shooting up, and that's also pushing the sealed product, because 151 is one of the most opened set of all time that we have seen here recently. So really can't get it past $23 anywhere. I haven't seen it anywhere. People are buying it up because the Pokemon company is not making anymore. So it's going to reflect on all of the sealed product, and people continue to rip. So let's go back. We've got Prismatic Evolutions. I think Prismatic Evolutions is a perfect buy right now, when the 151 ETB is going to be around $600, and we have Prismatic Evolutions at 187. So let's get into Prismatic Evolutions now. The PC ETB showing some moves. It did have its little dip down in that 320 range, and then we are right back over to its all-time high. So good to see the product moving. I think the PCETB is going to be similar to that 151, where in the next year it'll probably get to around 1500. So I do think everything prismatic wise is a great buy right now. I think if you can get things on Facebook Marketplace or eBay, or going to a card show and getting deals on Prismatic Evolution product, I think it is a great hold for you later on, because I think it's going to perform very similarly to how 151 is doing. And so with that in mind, this thing has potential to 3x, right? And so we're going to 3x in 1 year. Not many things or other assets that I know of are going to do that. So this is why we are putting money into Pokemon, because it's going to double faster, right? So I see the Pokemon Center Prismatic Evolutions tripling, since if it does the same as the 151, it will triple to around that 1200 mark. And if 151 is already pushing hopefully to the 1500s like we were saying earlier, then even better for us, right? The Prismatic Evolution Super Premium Collection box. So this is the SPCs and UPCs I don't have on my Pokemon Finance Excel spreadsheet. I probably should start getting these added, but this is the product that I am currently trying to get as much as I can, because this is the biggest product for Prismatic Evolutions. And I think this is definitely going to be $1,000 box one day, due to, again, the total value of Prismatic Evolutions here very well exceeds the total value of 151. So I'm betting, because of the numbers show, that Prismatic Evolutions is going to do a lot better than 151 off of purely the numbers, right? And that's what we do. We look at the numbers and we go off of what we see. And this is it. This is it. And so the SPC, I think, is the best product to buy right now, because it is going to be 15 prismatic packs into one box. And that is just the most packs that you can get out of one box. And so this is the biggest product, and usually the bigger products do a lot better since there's more packs in them, right? So all the booster boxes, they do a lot better because there's more packs inside, right? And this is Prismatic's best product that we can get. And so I think it's going to just perform and do very well over time, and it's my number one on the buy list for right now. So if y'all wanted to know, there you are. Prismatic ETBs doing crazy things. We already have a sale in 197, so we're getting close to that $200 mark already. So the time to buy was 3 months ago. 3 months ago, we've been preaching buying as much Prismatic ETBs and product as possible because of this reason right here. We're at 197 a box. 197 is what you can get it at on TCG Player right now. So crazy to see gains very fast. And so things are moving really quickly in the Pokemon market these days. And so you just want to make sure that you are watching these videos and making sure that you're getting the product that is you're supposed to get. And so you can get as many doubles as possible. I still think these ETBs, if they tripled just like 151 has, or hit 600, and so these are bound to triple in about a year, right? So that is what we're doing. I think that these are going to triple in next year, right? And I don't know another asset that is doing that. And so this is why we're buying these. The pack right now, I think is a great buy, especially if you can get them around like $8, which is just 80% of the value right now. Great value if you can get them off of Facebook Marketplace or your local TCG store, because I do play the actual card game. I enjoy it. I've been playing for over a year now, and have a great community where people hold on to sealed, and they're looking to sell, right? So there's a great community to buy product from in the market, especially when you know the people, and it's easier transactions because they understand that they're going to sell at a percentage, right? And so everyone, they get their gains, especially off of the PC ETBs, the Pokemon Center ETBs. if you're getting them for 60 bucks and all of them are around 200 plus. So, people would rather sell and get, cash deals for those, which I am currently doing. I am currently getting some Ascended Heroes, um, Pokemon Center ETBs, and I am getting a Pokemon Center Phantasmal Flames box from the same person, right? They got the box for 60 bucks. They're wanting to make a profit and they're willing to give me a deal. And so, it works out that way. And it's good to know it's easier deals when you know the person and they know what I do. And, they're, making sure that they can take care of their families with, by selling Pokemon cards. And that's the whole game. We want to make sure we are financially stable and we can support our family if they need to, right? And so if we need to sell, we have people that we can sell to. So, wanted to talk as well about these packs here. So the Destined Rivals packs, I just got a bunch of these because these have a premium. Usually, well, always the sealed packs have a premium rather than just a regular pack. And so over time, I would rather hold the single packs that are sealed than the regular packs, right? And so these are only for mainline sets, and so Destined Rivals is really the only one that I would be buying right now because again, we don't know. The numbers for Mega Evolutions seem fairly overvalued because of the gold cards, right? I still don't think the gold cards, people enjoy them that well, and so it's going to affect the price of them. I know they're super hard to hit, and so all of them are like $250 or above. So if we took those out, we would be down a lot on total value for Mega Evolutions. And, people don't enjoy them that much anyway. But I think people really do enjoy Destined Rivals. And you can see that by the booster box. And it is good to see that the booster box is coming down. I knew people weren't wanting to pay $600 for a Destined Rivals booster box straight out of the gate. So just not something that I would like to get as well. I'm still not really ready to spend that much on the booster box. I have a couple already, and I'm just holding on to those because I don't think selling is a good. I don't really need to sell. Actually, I just don't need to sell. But I wanted to show you guys the premium on. We're gonna do the Evolving Skies, right? So Evolving Skies, we're selling around 50. And the pack price is around that 35, right? So 35. So there's a $15 premium if you just held it in a sealed pack, right? And so I think Destined Rivals, it might not do it as good as Evolving Skies, but I think just the dynamic of what we're trying to do with sealed product, right? I would rather hold the sleeved booster pack because they're the same price. The sleeved right now and the regular pack, they're around the same exact price. And so it's worth it to get that $15 gain in 5 years off of each one, right? And that's just how I see it. So now we're going into Black Bolt and White Flare. Black Bolt is I think it's going to do really well. Over time, I think there's a lot of cards. I think there's a lot of people that are forgetting about it. And so this past weekend, I got like 11 Black Bolt and White Flare ETBs around 70 and 75 bucks. And so these are Facebook Marketplace deals, right? I think people are sleeping on having these Black Bolt and White Flare ETBs because I think people would rather have the Ascended Heroes and Prismatic. And they're skipping over this specialty set, which all specialty sets do really well over time, just holding the sealed product because there's no booster box, right? And it's shown in all of them that the ETBs and the packs just perform a lot better than every other pack. And so holding sealed into these specialty sets is what I'm mainly doing right now. I think the gains to 2x are just a lot faster than the mainline sets. And so these are just great deals to me, right? So, if I'm getting these between 70 and 75 bucks and, they're selling for 100 bucks, this this is what we want to do, right? We're just going to hold, right? I think all the specialty sets are going to do really well once this gets closer to not being printed. And I also think that the eventually people are going to get priced out on the Prismatic at 200, and also the Ascended Heroes, I think, will get to a point where it's also super high to get, right? And so I think right now people are just sleeping on the Black Bolt and White Flare opportunities, and there's just a lot of deals right now. I would check out Facebook Marketplace to see if you guys can see any deals in your local area, because I think these will eventually shoot up, because I feel Pokemon Center has not reprinted as many of these as, say, Prismatic and Destined Rivals and those things. And I think as a whole, I think people are forgetting about the Black Bolt and White Flare, and so there will probably be less out there for people to have, and that is going to affect its long-term price. So, not trying to give FOMO, but that's what I'm seeing right now, and I see it as a way to let you guys know on the opportunity, right? And now the last thing I wanted to talk about today is Ascended Heroes, where we're doing, how is it going? And Ascended Heroes, the total value, of course, is still dropping. I think we're getting near the drop point because of the cards within the set. I think the cards within the set are very sought after. I think there's a lot of good cards that are over that $100 mark, and people are seeing that, and people do value these cards. And I also think the community just is boosting that as well. And so these are the numbers right now. PCETB, I'm fairly certain that they're going to reprint the PCETB just like they did Prismatic. And so I would say wait for the PCETB. I mean, I am getting a deal for, a $200 perfect PCETB, right? And if we can do that, if you can do that, then I would suggest it, because I think the ETBs will probably go down to 220 when they reprint it. And so you could probably get a better deal then, but just where we're at right now. But wanted to share the Ascended Heroes chart really quick, because as you can see, it's just dropping, right? And I think it's going to start leveling out around that $100 mark. I don't think people are going to go much lower than the $100 mark, especially for a really good set. And it'll get to the point where you're asking yourself, right, if this does go below $100, right, is Ascended Heroes a better set than Black and White? Yes, I think it is. And would people rather buy $100 Black Bolt or White Flare ETB or an Ascended Heroes ETB, right? And that's what it's going to come down to. So I don't really see this coming down too much farther. And so I do see now is a good opportunity to start getting some, as I did get an Ascended Heroes ETB on the secondary market off Facebook Marketplace for like $80. And so if you can get these around $80, 80 to 90, I would say you're in a good spot, especially if you are long-term planning to hold, right? That's the whole point. We want to be holding these for a longer period of time because we want to see the gains. And if you can get these at Target or Walmart and for $60, perfect. That's what you want to do. And what I've seen though is when you get them at Walmart or Target, well, normally Walmart, that they're a little like damaged. So you want to keep an eye out, right? So I did get one from Walmart. I'm out in the trenches getting one at Walmart, and it was damaged and ripped. And so I just ended up just opening the box. I just kept the packs inside really and kept the promo, and just to see it, because I just really didn't want to just sell it for 90 when the packs are worth 10 each already, and so it's already at 90. So I'm not really too worried about it. But thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have a great rest of your night, and we'll see you next Thursday. Bye.